What's up, YouTube? What's up, boxing fans? This is Perfect P234, and I wanted to make a response video to Zone 6's hot list and cold list, or hot and cold list. First off, I want to say, it's good to have diversity of opinions in the YouTube boxing community. It is a highly subjective sport, so it's to be expected to have different opinions. But one of the things that I tend to look for or tend to detect is consistency or inconsistency. And that's one of the things that I felt was wrong with your with Zone 6's top 10 and bottom 10 list. Now, I agree with about half of the names you had on your top list. Such as Triple G, that's a good one. Vladimir Klitschko, Keith Thurman, Adrian Broner, different guys like that. You had Vitaly Klitschko on your list. To my knowledge, Vitaly Klitschko is avoiding Stavern. Stavern is mandatory. He's trying to make the fight. He's been trying to make the fight, and it doesn't look like the fight's going to happen. Stavern's getting tired of waiting, sitting around, waiting for Vitaly to come out and make the fight. You have Bradley as number 2 behind Vitaly Klitschko. Now, Timothy Bradley didn't fight Amir Khan. He ducked Amir Khan and took a different route. He took other fights, and then eventually wound up having a fight with Manny Pacquiao, but he avoided the Khan fight, which would have been they were both legit champions at 140. It was a fight that should have happened, although they both were putting in work in 140. So, but anyway, also you put Keith Thurman on the list because you said that partially because you said people were avoiding him, wasn't giving him the opportunity. So he seemed like he was a feared guy in the division. Well, Keith Thurman has been Timothy Bradley's mandatory, and Timothy Bradley didn't fight him. So I don't see how you would keep Timothy Bradley on there. Juan Manuel Marquez, before Timothy Bradley got rocked by Provodnikov, his camp and himself was saying, that basically that Bradley didn't belong in the ring with Juan Manuel Marquez, that was a stinky fight, that was a boring fight, that he's not on their radar, that they're not interested in that fight. And after he gets rocked, then he wants to sign to fight him. And Manny Pacquiao, who was avoiding Bradley, now wants to fight him as well. Also, Guerrero was trying to get a fight with Juan Manuel Marquez since lightweight, and Marquez hasn't been fighting. He didn't take that fight. And also, he's champion at 140, WBO champ at 140. But, who did he really fight? He didn't fight none of the killers down there. He didn't fight none of the young guns. He didn't fight, a younger Danny Garcia or a younger Lucas Matisse or even Lamont Peterson, who's got a belt down there. So I don't know how you got Bradley, Vitaly, and Marquez on your list. You also have Sergio Martinez on your list. Sergio Martinez's camp has said repeatedly that they do not want to have a fight with Gennady Golovkin, with Triple G. This is after the Matthew Macklin fight. I've heard it twice after the Matthew Macklin fight. They don't want any part of Triple G. Before the Matthew Macklin fight, it was we don't want a part of him, and then it was maybe we'll have a fight with him. And they brought up Peter Quillen's name to him. He was like, yeah, this is before the Matthew Macklin fight. He's like, yeah, well, Chavez rematch, yeah, maybe. A fight with Canelo Alvarez, yeah, maybe. A fight with Triple G, yeah, maybe. But Peter Quillen, who's that? I don't want to fight him. Who's that? I don't know who Peter Quillen is. I'm like, what? Peter Quillen, undefeated, in your division, making noise. Come on, man. So I don't know how you have Martinez in your list, when one of your criteria is people ducking and avoiding, but you have people in your shit list who you say or think or claim is ducking and avoiding. But anyway, who else did you have on there? Yeah, so Martinez, Bradley, Vitali, Marquez. You know, based off your criteria, you know, not my criteria, not my list. You know, based off of what you were saying, was disqualifying people or was qualifying people. And also, Bradley, he doesn't really have power. So you talking about the definition of a fighter, he has to have power. Even if they're fighting in, you know, they're not fighting in their original weight class. Like Keith Thurman's been fighting in his original weight class for most of his career, and he's knocking out guys. But if he moves up, say 20, 24 pounds up in weight, or even 13 pounds up to 160, who's to say he's still going to be knocking people out, or he's going to have power? When you got guys who started their career at, you know, the lower weight classes like Marquez, and he's knocking out Pacquiao, or, you know, guys like Floyd Mayweather starting their career at 130, going up as high as 154, and he's damaging fighters. Like, you know, he's knocking the spit out of Cotto's mouth. He's bloodying up Guerrero. He's swelling Canelo's eye, but he doesn't have power. And you have Andre Ward in your shit list. Andre Ward and Timothy Bradley are basically the same fighter. They got the same, similar number of knockouts. And it's a slightly different situation. I mean, Andre Ward in his last fight, he won that fight by knockout. Timothy Bradley in his last fight almost got knocked out. And you're criticizing Ward for trying to fight Chavez. But who the fuck is Provodnikov? Like Provodnikov and Chavez, they're like in the same category as far as I'm concerned. You know, and if Bradley would have fought the way he normally fights, he wouldn't have had that, you wouldn't have seen so much of Provodnikov's power on display. He wouldn't have been able to catch him. Because when Bradley was boxing him, he wasn't getting caught. But he was already rocked early. So I mean, I don't see how you have Ward in your shit list and Bradley in your it list. I mean, they both cleaned out their divisions. You know, their original divisions that they started in. 140 got cleaned out by Bradley. 168 got cleaned out by Ward. I don't see how he's in your shit list. You got Khan in your shit list. Now, Khan, yeah, he got knocked out a couple fights ago. You know, 3 fights ago, he got knocked out. But he's been calling out guys since then. No, those fights didn't happen, but he's still calling them out. He's still calling out Lucas Matthysse after Matthysse is knocking out Lamont Peterson. He's still calling out Floyd Mayweather after Floyd Mayweather just dominated 150, a natural junior middleweight. Like, you know, he's still calling out guys. He's still trying to get in the mix with people. Now, he may not be fighting Alexander right now, or at least that's the rumors. And it's not like he signed the fight and then backed out of it. You know, it was presented to him. But, I mean, whatever. And who's a harder challenge? Floyd Mayweather or Devin Alexander? I mean, I don't see how you have him in your shit list. I mean, and then you don't have Manny Pacquiao on either list. You know, Manny Pacquiao's got power, so you can make a case for him. He's been knocking guys out, but at the same time, he's been manipulating the system to make it, you know, make things fit. And he's bringing Bradley up in weight. He's bringing, you know, Margarito down in weight. He's bringing, you know, all these different guys. He's doing all these different things to manipulate the system. And Bradley avoided Khan manipulating the system so he can get the fight with Manny Pacquiao, eventually playing it safe until you got the Manny Pacquiao fight. But then you got other guys in your shit list, and you're accusing them of doing that same thing. So I don't see how, you know, I don't see how I think you delegitimize your list by the people who you have in it. You know, so I mean, if the 10 points is, you know, or your criteria is what you have, that's fine. Just, you know, if someone who's on your list doesn't qualify, then you need to take them out. Or you modify your list. Because it seems like you created your list so it can go against a specific fighter. Like, I'm going to use this criteria to knock this person into the shit list. I'm going to use this criteria to put this person into the it list, but ignore all the other rules. So I don't know, man. But that's just my take on it. You know, Perfect P234. I'm out.